Ah, my friend, you want to hear a tale of bravery, love, and laughter? Then gather round and let me spin yarn that will make your belly ache for joy. Once upon a time, in a land where the sun shone bright and the rivers ran deep, there lived a dwarf named Ekene. Ekene was no ordinary dwarf, for he had a heart as big as an elephant and a laugh that could shake the big trees. In this land, there was a great and powerful king, whose daughter, Adaiz, was said to be the most beautiful maiden in all realm. Her skin glowed like the moon, her eyes sparkled like diamonds, and her smile could melt even the coldest of hearts. Suitors from far and wide came to seek Adaiz's hand in marriage, each one more pompous and boastful than the last. They brought gifts of gold, jewels, and exotic gifts, but Adaiz was not impressed by their riches or their bragging. One day, as Ekene was wandering through the market, he caught a glimpse of the princess, and his heart skipped a beat. He had never seen such beauty, and from that moment, he knew he must find a way to win her heart. Now you might be thinking, how could a lowly dwarf hope to marry a princess? But Ekene was no ordinary dwarf, and he was determined to prove his worth. So, he set out on a series of daring adventures, each one more outrageous than the last. He wrestled with a giant python, outwitted a clan of mischievous monkeys, and even climbed to the top of the highest mountain in the land, all to prove his bravery and love for Adaiz. As word of Ekene's exploits spread throughout the kingdom, the king grew increasingly irritated. He summoned Ekene to the palace and warned him to abandon his pursuit of the princess. "How dare a mere dwarf think he is worthy of my daughter's hand?" the king bellowed, his face red with rage. But Ekene was not deterred. With a cheeky grin and a twinkle in his eye, he replied, "Your Majesty, it is not my size that matters, but the size of my heart and the strength of my love for your daughter." The king was furious, but he could not deny the courage and determination of the tiny suitor. So, he set Ekene a task that he was sure would prove impossible to retrieve the golden feather of the mythical firebird, a creature fierce and elusive that no one had ever laid eyes on it. Undaunted, Ekene set off on his quest, determined to prove his worthiness to the king and to win the heart of the beautiful Adaize. His journey was fraught with peril and danger, but Ekene's wit and bravery saw him through. He outwitted cunning tricksters, escaped from treacherous traps, and even befriended a talking parrot who became his faithful companion. At last, after many moons of searching, Ekene found the firebird's nest, high atop a towering mountain peak. With his heart pounding in his heart, he crept closer and closer, until finally he was able to pluck a single golden feather from the sleeping bird's tail. Triumphant, Ekene returned to the king's palace, brandishing the feather like a trophy. The king was speechless, for he had never expected the dwarf to succeed. But Ekene was not done yet. With a mischievous grin, he gathered the other suitors around him and began to regale them with tales of his adventures, each one more outrageous and hilarious than the last. The suitors who had once mocked and ridiculed Ekene were now doubled over with laughter, tears streaming down their faces. Even the king could not help but marveled at the dwarf's antics. And in that moment, Adaiz knew that she had found the one she wanted to marry. For it was not riches or powers that she desired, but a kind heart, a brave spirit, and a love of laughter. So against all odds, and to the dismay of king and the other suitors, Adaiz chose Ekene to be her husband. And on their wedding day, as they exchanged vows and shared their first kiss, the entire kingdom erupted in joyous celebration. From that day on, Ekene and Adaiz ruled with wisdom, kindness, and a healthy dose of humor. They filled their place with laughter and joy, and their love for each other only grew stronger with each passing year. And so, my friends, let this tale be a reminder that true love knows no bounds, and that bravery and laughter can conquer even the greatest of obstacles. For in the end, it is not the size of a person that matters, but the size of their heart and the strength of their spirit. I believe you enjoyed the story. Thanks for watching. Kindly share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Goodbye.